Bueno, bienvenidos una vez más. Habíamos conseguido huir del Terra 2, nos hemos cargado la ciudad y podemos ir ahora al laboratorio de Phineas y viajar a otros lugares. Bueno, no sé, a Monarca supongo. Porque los demás están... Bueno, a Monarca y Escila, un meteorito, un asteroide. Vamos al laboratorio de Phineas.
No. Arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it, blast, that's loud.
Sí.
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Ahí estás.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
Vale. Que conste que te agradezco que me sacaras de la esperanza. Podría haberme preguntado antes de meterme en una cápsula de escape.
The one I gave you before your pod landed? Ruined beyond repair. Impossible to find replacement parts. That's halcyon manufacturing for you. Don't worry about it. I'm reasonably certain...
Gracias por sacarme de la
Not
esperanza.
at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers. What with...
Quería hablarte de otra
Of
cosa.
course. What's on your mind?
A ver. Esto.
Never know what being frozen did to your brain. There's always a chance you might turn violent. I've no desire to end up like Thompson. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my bean.
Vale. Me parece bien.
Armored glass. Not bad, eh? Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray.
Burbujitas.
Find a target, point, shoot. The target will shrink down.
Vamos a probarlo.
Into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to
Genial.
feel free to try it on a
Es un cerdo. No, sobre ella no puedo.
Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%.
Caciporco. Es un arma estúpida, la verdad, pero graciosa.
The Sissy Bigs make excellent test subjects. Also surprisingly nutritious.
Tampoco me
Careful,
interesa.
that's my communications terminal.
Vale, hasta luego, Doc. Gladys.
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Can we talk?
Sí.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
¿Qué pasa con ella?
I was thinking that maybe I'd ought to meet her. If you got time to swing this by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Claro.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about...
No, ya está.
Remember that you are not but insured.
Parece que podemos tener a todos los acompañantes dentro de la nave y después elegir al que tú quieres. Eso mola, porque a diferencia del New Vegas, los tenías que mandar a tomar por saco.
Just checking your ship's manifest.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's not the point. This hack was just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a toss ball stick, I heard you the first. Gonna head to Vera's for whiskey and dark. Yeah, I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bill somehow.
Pero si son contenedores, ¿qué más da si lo cojo?
Yeah, I've done work for Sublight.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Identification, please.
Me llamo Charlie, es la primera vez que vengo. Digamos, hipotéticamente hablando que no tengo identificación, ¿qué pasaría ahora?
Everybody's got an ID. Oh, let me guess. You, left it in your...
Va, voy a tener la identificación y ya está.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Well, let me apologize in advance. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be...
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Lo retiro.
Oh, thank the law. I could use a diversion. Tell me more then. Really sell it to me.
Hager, gané la nave en una partida de póker. Hawthorne me dio su identificación para poder pilotarla. Venga, la partida de póker. Me secuestré y me obligó a trabajar en su nave gratis. Soy un prisionero, socorro. Venga, esta nada más.
I like where this is headed. What happened to this, vile kidnapper?
Lo maté, desapareció en mitad de la noche.
You must feel terrific. Good for you.
Entonces, ¿estoy atrapado aquí?
Not stuck, per se. You could always throw yourself out the airlock. Of course, then you find yourself with an exciting new problem. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so I shouldn't be mentioning it. But what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you probably riled up the wrong petty board bureaucrat, a man named Udom Bedford.
Eso tiene que ser un error. Vale, pues voy a hablar con él.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
No voy a hacer tu trabajo.
Hold on, it'll just take a minute.
En serio, déjalo. Vale, que se trata.
Wanda Dorset over in sick bay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
¿Qué envío?
A handful of sand cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
No te
Of
prometo.
course. What am I to you but the guy who's got his eye on your ship? Is there anything else I can...
A ver.
Thanks. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the promenade. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But most of those jobs are going to take...
¿Qué sabes de chatarras?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the Sublight gives me the creeps. They're on the promenade run by a woman named
Busco algo un poco más local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet the real...
If you're thinking to make a career here, full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know.
O sea que hubiera muchos operadores independientes en el sistema.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look... Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. It goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the board. Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen near...
Hay una sala de juntas en alguna parte con todos los jefes de empresas.
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll have... Glad to help. All right. You noticed, huh?
Sí, ha sido inteligente.
What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their bottom line. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom. Sounds like, yeah. But from where I sit, it's all coming through loud and clear. They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trips.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that.
Vale.
Sure thing.
Ah, no, no está.
Be seeing you.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Vamos a ver si tienen misiones para mí. Voy a intentar utilizar el esto holográfico. Bueno, ¿cómo puñetas se usará?
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice.
A ver. No lo pone.
But his name was Brad?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters.
Bueno, pues ya supongo que me dirán cómo usarlo.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that? Graham?
Asshole.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Noticias frescas.
The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted.
Me he metido en unos cuartuchos.
Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch.
Coño. Yo, así te
Rizzo's
grande.
Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow. Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. Triple Flakes. Rizzo's Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family
Me lo monto
tonight.
todo su familia.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch
Esto se
right
parece un
here.
buen tortazo, nosotros se lo damos.
Rizzo's Mock Apple Cider. A hard
Puro
cider
señor
for
para
a
la
hot
vida.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Fudge. A soft sour candy shell around the
Qué bueno.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Uy, un gatito. Vitete, vitete.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Me dijo que podías venderme una clave de navegación.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Pagar 1000 bits. Ya que me envía Phineas.
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you
La hemos
double.
liado.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms,
Nada de escrúpulos.
do you know Edna over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
No se habla más, me apunto.
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep... You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. The more we got the corps fighting each other.
Puesto de avanzado abandonado, secretos corporativos, lo tengo.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
¿De qué dos trabajos sabes?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem You'll find her fretting in engineering. Great God! Anytime, sweet.
Bueno, sigamos.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest. Sorry. Business has been slow. Of course. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spade.
Vale, me has hablado del tío de la máscara. Este se referirá.
I'm sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's a lot of slogans to keep. I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
¿Todo bien por ahí? Habla más alto, no te oigo.
It's not the best choice! It's Spacer's choice! Taste the freedom! You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice consumer relation. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as a Spacer's Choice is affordable. I can see all of the top quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog. Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering it. Spread wash, mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among...
¿Los comer alimentos sólidos?
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all the groundbreakers.
¿Tienes que dormir con eso puesto?
Trouble sleeping? Try our lunar eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig. The blast will send you through the stratosphere. Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be done. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and...
¿Quieres que te ayude a quitarte eso?
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part?
Me dirijo al hombre que se oculta tras la máscara. ¿Va todo bien?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't...
Adiós por ahora.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear?
You can't keep me out of there. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
See, Furu? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Something I can help. If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors.
Los registros dicen, ¿es que no has hablado con ella personalmente?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records. Take care.
Enfermera. Y liderazgo, como siempre. vale, aquí es donde puedo equiparle las cosas. Vale. Pero cómo... No sé. ¿Cómo lo uso? Esa es la cosa, es lo que no entiendo todavía. Jodas, ¿y el otro traje que tenía? Ah, ahora. Vale, vale, ahora ya sí que puedo. Supongo, sí. Los gráficos activados, lo que te ofrece acceso temporal en esta zona restringida. Paco.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
To the last ratchet on rotten time. Leave me in peace. You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Me envía Eli.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for... I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly lethal.
Abre la puerta o la echo abajo.
Should have known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrub. Alright, okay. We can... Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
La verdad es que trabajo para... hombre.
Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me,
Vale, hablaré con Udon.
Thanks for helping me with the board. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Si no mira a nadie... Es ilegal. Esa la teoría, ¿no? Justo a tiempo. ¿Qué pasa, Doc?
Any word on Jesse?
Ya me encargo.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before...
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
The last
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are
Ya me encargo yo,
I'm just gonna
cabrones.
hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
Vayan.
Yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Alex ha muerto, olvídate de Alex porque así nunca auto de mi nave. Estoy harto de hacer el presupuesto a bordo de la trocha, devuelve mi nave.
There's no need for hysterics. This is all a hilarious misunderstanding.
Explícate ya.
I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. Well, I guess it's yours now if you're captaining it. It's a game we play, he and I. I ask him to turn in Phineas Wells. He tells me he will soon. I impound his ship. He explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we go.
Súper interesante. Bueno, sobre mi nave.
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony.
¿Y por qué tiene tanto interés por el Well? El Well es la junta.
That's... well, that's just... oh, I'm sorry. This is...
Solo me encontrar a Phineas Well, estoy aquí. Quiero cancelar su deuda.
Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory...
Vale más viva que muerta. Súmetela a un contrato de servidumbre.
That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate?
Yo creo que no tiene elección. Supongo que ninguna, pero si no aparece para trabajar, matará. Joder.
I quite concur. It's refreshing. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there... Be my guest.
¿Puedes llevarme a Bahía Estelar? ¿Vas a hecho por aquí?
Law, but it's miserable. Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the deplorable conduct. My superiors will be here. Good law. Who'd want to...
¿Eso es que no?
No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
No, habría bastado. No hacía falta que sacaras el diccionario de sinónimos.
Best to be clear, I believe.
¿Qué son esas puertas
A
cerradas?
luxury stateroom, reserved for
Así que puedes hacer de mayordomo de un pez gordo. Qué divertido.
To serve at our most esteemed chairman's behest is a... As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws... Ask...
Volviendo a mis preguntas... Nah.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Grasita.
So far as you know, I'm not drinking on duty.
Qué calor.
Those XF411s? And an old Yakit...
Good law, the heat in here is so unbearable I can hardly even concentrate. Something's broke. Julie better hurry up with those damn repairs already. Good law, the heat in here is so unbearable I can hardly even concentrate.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Charlie, este sitio está muy bien, jefa.
No, it isn't. It's a mess, but it's my mess. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family.
Haré lo que pueda para ayudarte a mantener la paz. Trataré de no empezar ninguna pelea, pero puede que tengan que poner fin a alguna.
Ain't that always the way?
No sé si siempre.
So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe some... We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders.
Robarty quería saber con Julie adelante. Creo que tienes un problema. Sí.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Alentar.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
No pagarte sin palabras, que ya sé. Pedirme tiempo libre.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh! Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of
Yo creo que tenéis un problema de temperatura.
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators...
Necesitas un contratista que solucione esto. Yo estoy disponible por un precio razonable.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
De acuerdo, me encargaré de ello ahora mismo. Vamos a ver que las piezas siguen ahí.
I keep diligent records of station repairs, requisitions, and available assets, just like my grandmother taught me. The station's radiators haven't changed since her time, and her records say the parts should be there. I trust them.
De acuerdo.
Hold on. There's something you should know before you go charging off. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned, and a haven.
Vaya.
I have. One of my engineers, plus a... I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No.
¿Por qué eres tan protector? No me ofendes.
Nice and pragmatic. Thanks for understanding. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next...
Vale, no sé por qué se ha caído esto, ha dejado de grabar. Pero bueno, seguimos con lo que estábamos. La felicidad es una nave caliente.
Hey, McRae, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
O comparecerás ante el rey. Vale, me voy.
Sure.
Always possible to have had too many mushrooms.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out.
Persuasión. Deja eso antes de que prendas fuego toda la cubierta.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
Venga a buscar una pieza, me envía un mail.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew.
Entonces, ¿puedo coger la pieza?
You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court.
Esa mierda. Joder, no puedo mentirle. No voy a darle bits. ¿Qué tal si te mato y me llevo las piezas? Joder. Ay, bueno. Toma, por tonto. Ay, mierda, la primera vez que me matan. Anda, toma. Es ridículo. Dios, ¿cómo se muere? ¡Uy, estate quieto! ¿Qué cosa antes que pagar? Pero ¿por qué no se muere? Esta arma es la hostia. ¡Corre, corre! Hostias, qué asco.
Smells kind of like old Bess's outflow pipes.
Ah. Voy a ver si me puedo reparar la armadura. No, así como así no puedo. Pensaba que sí. Pero no. ¡Uy! ¡Pero bueno! Estate quieto. Pues yo salía a rescatar a la gente. Pensaba que estarían aquí.
So cozy.
Ah, aquí no hay nada. Solo un rifle. El líder. Muere. ¡Ay! Bueno, más líder. ¡Hala! No es posible. lo menos ahora esto ya está limpio de forajidos. No sé qué he robado, pero bueno.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
Tengo las piezas para los radiadores.
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And break...
More tortugas.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about.
I'm genuinely heartened to...
No, yo tenía que hablar con esta mujer.
That Chief Junlei sure...
¿Cómo dices que te fue con Junlei?
Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall.
No está mal, supongo. Estás bien. Percepción. O sea, que te gusta, ¿no?
What? No. Maybe? I don't... It's like somebody... You know how hard it is to find anybody who likes working with tools in a little town like it?
Me parece que no tienes muy claros tus sentimientos.
I reckon there's worse places to start. Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? It's just...
Vuelve a la nada, no hace falta que me acompañes. Hombre, sí, quiero que me acompañe. De momento es la mejor compañía que tengo. Tonterías todo. ¡Oh, Dios, qué asco! ¡Qué asco, por Dios! Vale. Muere. Vale, bien. Tenía que haberle disparado eso.
Investing.
Venga, Ron. Va, Marty, joder. ¿A Marty? Joder. La mataron. Bueno, espero que no. Ah, no, no está muerta. Solo estaba echándose la siesta. Uy. Ah, mierda. ¡Ven aquí! ¡Ven aquí, coño! Mejor. ¡No! ¡Venga, coño! ¡Oh, mierda! ¡Qué ridículo! ¡Oh, mierda! Hola.
The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Everything is Coño, que no. Es por aquí.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a console that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Genial. 3000 bits y gafas de soldador.
Frustrating. Plus you've got my...
Nos marchamos.
Hey, you the one who fixed those radiators? Nice work.
Vale, cuéntame.
You aiming to send a message? If so... Me? No. But we're going offline in 3, 2, 1.5... No. Well, yeah. The comms... Of course, we're about to go dead, so I may be Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years. The event's forecasted to last for months.
That'll put the whole system in a...
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline.
Parece que va siendo hora de volver a conectar la estación auxiliar.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied.
¿Qué ganó?
You save my comm center from chaos. I guarantee I'll get the chief to authorize some...
Vale.
I should say no, but why not?
I hope you don't mind if I borrow that man.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory.
Dejas que los mensajes de la Tierra se queden en la memoria de una estación de comunicación orbital sin más.
It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk mess.
Vale. Laboratorio.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information.
Pues tenemos varias misiones que hacer ahora mismo. Por ejemplo, tenemos que entregar la del conductor.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie.
Tenemos que reparar esas antenas. Bueno, tenemos bastantes cosas. Aquí no está, se ve que estaba afuera. Sí, estaba aquí, joder.
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. I ain't too elated about going exclusive, but you sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts, but...
Cuídate hasta que vuelva. No puedo hacer nada mejor, pero bueno. A esta mujer creo que le puedo comprar esto.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea.
Quiero hablar de esa oferta que me
Yes,
mencionaste.
dear. Take that darling ship of yours down to Rose. Shouldn't be too...
No me deja comprarlo.
Anytime, sweetheart.
Hey, but isn't the savior of Groundbreaker?
No.
Be seeing you.
Vámonos. No hay nada que hacer.
Heard from the lasses down on 22 that you did a contract for Subway.
Groundbreakers.
Have either of you solved
La verdad es que esto es un poco lioso.
Hey, you got a second?
¿Qué
Hey,
pasa?
we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle. I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some... Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship.
¿Cuántas ganas tienes tú de unirte a alguien que apenas conoces? Vete por ahí.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking.
Ya es lo suficiente. Estás contratado. Te lo voy a decir dos veces.
An interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time.
No te ves dentro de 5 años.
It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust. Maybe with a little cream.
¿Se te darían luchar?
Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off. You can count on me in a scrap, boss.
Bah, estás contratado.
Wow. Thanks, boss.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Tan por saco. Nada, mira, llevo los dos. Puedo llevar a los dos, qué bueno.
Pick up any more strays while you were out? I suppose if the crew's quarters fill up. We could hang hammocks in the cargo hold.
Vamos a reparar las armas. No me deja. ¡Ah! No tengo. ¿Es esto? ¿Los trajes? Sí. Mira, yo los llevo todos.
You see we added conveyor?
There goes purple beret.
A ver. Silenciador. 7 pico de oro.
It's almost... What do you want, then? That...
Please tell me you're not the reason Black Hole...
Well, but that's not what you... Go right.
Es que me manda todo el rato la misión aquí, pero aquí no puedo hacer nada. O sea, no me deja comprarle el esto. Comprar la clave es una clave de navegación. Terra 2. Hay que hacer eso.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh? What?
Bueno, pues nada. Ya sabemos que tenemos que ir al Terra 2. Pero de momento lo dejamos aquí, chicos. Hasta la próxima vez. Así que nada. Siempre un placer que estéis siempre aquí. Y nos vemos en las próximas partidas. Próximos directos, iba a decir. Pero también próximos directos, partidas, lo que vosotros queráis. Venga, hasta luego.